Hello, and welcome back to Cape Corner, where we explore the history, story, and cultural impact of a different character or group every episode. I'm Blue,
And I'm Jay.
and we'll be your hosts as we take this journey together. How has your week been? I ask as though I don't see you most days.
The new schedule isn't so bad. I just less sleep.
Yeah, I'm. I got like hypothyroidism and a general bad mood, so if I don't get a lot of sleep, I'm a grumpy bastard. Uh, I actually did stay up late last night though. I finished Mass Effect 2 and today I'll be playing Mass Effect 3.
Oh,
Um,
sweet.
yeah. So I had to wake up early to make sure my roommate was ready to go to work because she can't wake up on her own. Uh,
I had
yeah.
a I had a roommate that was like that too.
Yeah. I mean, like, on the one hand, I'm just like, God, fucking, it must be so inconvenient, just, sleeping through alarms and everything. Like, what a terrible existence. But at the same time, sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I could do that though, because yeah, the flip side is that I get woken up by every little noise.
Mm.
Uh, Speaking of people who probably have sleepless nights due to trauma, uh, we're doing another anime character today. Another Naruto character. Uh, Similarly to when we spoke about Sakura, we have to get this character out of the way. Um, I was wanting to talk about Bakugo from My Hero Academia, who recently had a major revelation. Um, but before I speak about a character who does the rival slash potential enemy storyline right, we need to talk about someone who does that storyline wrong. Because I will inevitably wind up comparing him to this character. Uh, so today, we're going to be talking about the last surviving member of the Uchiha clan, Sasuke Uchiha. And before we dive into it, I need to preface this. Unlike Sakura, who I disliked from jump, I didn't have a problem with Sasuke. This isn't a matter of he was always a bad character. It wasn't even a matter of what we said with Sakura, where it's like there was potential for a good character, but it was squandered. No, he straight up was a good character, and then he wasn't. So just know that I'm not horribly biased here. I just recognize when storytelling takes a bad direction. Um, all right, so with that out of the way, so that people aren't like, "Oh, but you're just a hater." Fuck off. I hate you. That's why I'm a hater. Uh, so why don't you give us a quick little synopsis of Sasuke's whole deal and backstory leading into the series?
As a young kid, Sasuke walked in on his older brother murdering his entire fucking clan, leaving just him and his older brother Itachi.
Yeah, it's like it's not like it's the first time anime has done that sort of thing, but it's definitely one of the most effective ways I've seen a horribly traumatic event transpire in an anime. Like the whole ninja aesthetic almost always seems to have at least one character whose entire family was murdered before them. Fucking uh, Hanzo Hisashi, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, did the same thing.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, so a bit of backstory. The village hidden in the leaves has two main fact. Oh, by the way, full spoilers for the whole Naruto series here, including Shippuden. Um, just be aware of that. I will openly be talking about how Itachi is the coolest fucking guy. So if you're still of the mindset of like, wait, isn't he a bad guy? Fucking leave, watch the show, um, and then come back here. Uh, so the Uchiha and the Senju clans used to be at war with each other, but wound up finding peace through the partnership of Madara Uchiha and Hashirama Senju, who worked together to create the village in the leaves, and found a alliance ship that was honestly extremely tense, thanks to first of all the fact that they were just warring for like decades, but also the fact that Tobirama, the brother of Hashirama, the first Hokage, um, wound up just having a real hard on for wanting to kill the Uchihas any chance he had. Um, so the Uchiha kind of felt like they were, you know, second class citizens in the village ultimately, and they weren't like the fact that Hashirama was made the first Hokage instead of Madara. Um, they were like, oh, see, they're always going to pick the Senju over the Uchiha. But even Hashirama was like, I wanted Hokage, but they all said no. So I don't blame Hashirama. Um, but anyway, so what this ultimately amounted to was that some years later, or decades later, or whatever, after being given a couple of like, olive branches, like the Uchiha being able to lead the Leafs police force, um, the Uchiha were like, all right, fuck this. We're just going to coup. We're going to take this bitch over. Um, and a horrible burden was placed on a very young man called Itachi Uchiha. I think he was like 14 or something when he did all this, right? But like, he was a Jonin at an extremely young age. He joined the Ambu Black Ops very young, which, for those of you who don't know, are like the special forces. What the special forces are to the military, Anbu are to the normal ninjas. Um, he joined the Anbu and he was given a mission of dire importance. The leading powers of the Hidden Village, the village in the leaves, knew that the Uchiha were about to coup. So they needed Itachi, who is possibly no, you know what? Definitely the strongest Uchiha, uh, at least in that grouping, to fucking kill them all. And above his own family, Itachi did put the needs of the Hidden Leaf Village first and foremost. So he was willing to kill his entire clan, including his own mother and father, although he was crying while doing that because he's not a heartless monster. Um, and then it got to a point where he single-handedly slaughtered the entire clan, and there was only one person left, his little brother Sasuke. And he couldn't bring himself to kill Sasuke, but he couldn't tell Sasuke that their family turned out to be evil bastards anyway. So he took on the burden of pretending to be the bad guy. He started talking about, oh, I wanted to test the limits of my abilities, and you don't have enough hate, Sasuke, and just really like chewing the scenery and hamming it up and playing up the whole I'm evil thing to give Sasuke a target for his like righteous revenge, essentially. He fully intended for Sasuke to someday kill Itachi. Itachi would take the secrets of their family's coup to his grave, and Sasuke would be traumatized but have purpose in life. And so Itachi's like one of the best characters of the show, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, easily.
Like, I don't particularly like the Uchiha. I feel like at some point the show became the Uchiha show.
It
Um,
it really did though.
but Itachi's the fucking coolest. We love a man who goes through horrible, incredibly difficult decisions for the good of everyone. It's tough, it's a no-win situation, and he was willing to bear the scorn of the entire world. He then he was like, well, I'm going to be seen as a villain anyway, so I'm now going to join the Akatsuki, and I'm going to gain intel on the Akatsuki to help protect my village from them. Like, holy shit. What a Chad. So little traumatized Sasuke now really just got fucked up by that. Like, he was now super antisocial, constantly brooding and shitty. He wanted to kill his brother. He was filled with an anger and a hatred and a lust for revenge. He started calling him an Avenger, or calling himself an Avenger, saying that his only real purpose in living is to kill his brother. And you know what? If that's what the show actually focused on, I would be okay with that. But instead, apparently, having your fucking parents slaughtered in front of you makes you so sexy. Ah! God, I'm so fucking infuriated how they make every woman in this goddamn world just want to drop their goddamn panties at the very sight of Sasuke. No man is so hot that everyone is just going to like cream their jeans when they see him. Like, and I know some of you are going to be like, Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, like, no, he's not even everyone's type. There is no one that is everyone's type. And yet, there is exactly one person in this fucking show who seems to feel no sexual attraction to Sasuke whatsoever. One! I mean, one girl. Fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they can't have gay people in the show. How could they? It's not like they exist or anything. If you can't tell, this is going to be one of those episodes where I get like extremely heated because this is a character I've known for 19 years now, and I've formed opinions. Okay, so apparently he's just so handsome, and the fact that he's a sad boy makes everyone want to fuck him because I guess nobody has goddamn respect for the dead, or the assaulted. Like, fuck. Anyway, so he starts training to be a ninja. He's an Uchiha, so he's naturally pretty fucking good at it. He winds up manifesting his Sharingan in order to protect Naruto, who it's not shown well in any way that isn't flashback, but apparently he was sort of like quote unquote friends with Naruto. Like, let's take a moment. Like, why don't we talk about some of his earliest interactions with Naruto so I can drive home the point that their friendship is only retrospective. Do you remember what the first major interaction with Naruto and Sasuke was?
Wasn't that when they kissed?
Yeah. And again, they can't let anything actually gay exist, so it's all played for a joke. But basically what happened was, again, all of the girls were fucking diddling their coochies over Sasuke, and Naruto was getting annoyed. because he had a crush on Sakura, who literally would just like fucking elbow drive him out of the way to get to Sasuke. So he just gets all up in Sasuke's face and is just glaring at him, and the two are just glaring at each other. And then some dillweed in front of them like stood up for no reason. The English dub for the show is also bad in the early days. For some reason, he's just like, "Whoa, this is great!" Looking completely straight ahead, apparently completely oblivious to what's going on with all the girls and Sasuke and Naruto behind him. So I don't know what the fuck he was looking at to say this is great. Fucking, I guess the empty chalkboard was really doing it for him. Whatever. But he just stands up and it knocks Naruto forward just enough that they accidentally kiss, and then they fucking like start coughing and hacking and like clutching at their throats, like, gross! I can't believe I kissed a boy. Gay people don't exist. I do want to say, so a long time ago, back when abridging series were still kind of fresh, on the back of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, there was a guy, I can't remember his username anymore, but he made a Naruto The Abridged series along with Masako X, who would voice Goku in Dragon Ball Z The Abridged series. That they wound up getting parodied by Little Karibo, who makes Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. And the joke in that was making fun of the other guy's voicing of Naruto for Naruto The Abridged series. So Little Karibo's joke was that Naruto is a chain smoker. When Sasuke and Naruto kiss and they're like hacking and coughing, Sasuke's like, "Ugh, it tastes like cigarettes," and Naruto's like, "Ugh, it tastes like not cigarettes." And I wish that was in the actual show. But anyway, yeah, like everything that every time they interact with each other, it's just like Sasuke insults Naruto, calling him a loser, and fucking Naruto could breathe, and Sasuke would be like, "You're such a loser, Naruto!" Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, I get it. Naruto's a fucking annoyance at best in the early days, but like, there's literally times where he doesn't even do anything, and Sasuke's like, "You're a loser." Like, are you trying to die? Like, fucking stop calling me that for no reason.
Sasuke's a bully.
Like, really, okay, so here's my journey with Sasuke's character. I didn't like his character initially, and then years later, I saw a different interpretation of his character that made me retroactively like his character a lot more in the early days, because the show presents him as he's so cool and he's so edgy and he's so sexy, and it's like, okay, so I fucking hate this guy. But then it's like, well, if you actually look at it as what it really is, based on what we know of him nowadays, that he's just incredibly socially awkward and lonely, and he doesn't really want to be interacting with these people, but he's sort of forced to. Then I'm like, oh, so he's like how I was at a party. All right, fine, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay, I have more empathy for him now. And yeah, because like he there's occasionally moments where you're just shown that it's not that he's brooding for the sake of being brooding, obviously the trauma thing, but also because he just doesn't really know how to people. And there are rare moments of him being a kid that make me, get more endeared to his character. Like the filler episode where they were trying to see under Kakashi's mask. And the fact that like Naruto's like, "Do you guys want to see what's under Kakashi's mask?" And Sakura's like, no. And she's like super easy to convince. And he's like, come on, I know you're curious about it. She's like, God damn it, I am curious about it. All right, let's do it. And then Sasuke's the one to be like, you guys are fucking lame. Whatever. This is a waste of my time. And he starts to walk away. And Naruto's just like, what if he's got big lips? And Sasuke just freezes in place, imagining Kakashi with big ass fucking puffy lips. And then Naruto's just like, or buck teeth. And he just imagines him with giant gopher teeth. And then Sasuke turns into like a wiggly noodle person because he can't bring himself to move forward anymore. I'm like, okay, see, you are getting talked into dumb shit. You're not immune to being a kid. But just the whole thing. So like in flashback, we would see that Naruto thought that Sasuke was similar to him because he didn't have parents too, and he thought Sasuke was cool and strong, so he wanted to be like him. But because he was jealous of how popular he was, he could never bring himself to say it out loud. Sasuke, I don't think we ever really get Sasuke's perspective. Did he give two shits about Naruto? I don't think he did, right?
No, he didn't. And then for some reason later in the series, he just did.
Well, because like later on, it was like after they were starting to work together, right? So I understand camaraderie on the battlefield and everything. And the fact that Naruto was constantly dogging him, so he'd be like, all right, fine, you motherfucker. I'll show you I'm better than you. Then you can leave me alone. But then eventually it turned into like a rivalry thing. And the only time, the first time I saw them really have like a good positive chemistry with each other, like proper rivals, is in the Chunin exams when Sasuke says, Naruto, you're one of the ones I want to fight too. Because at that point, he's starting to recognize that Naruto is getting stronger. He's like proving to be a better match for Sasuke. Sasuke basically said out loud, like, yeah, you know, we could have a good fight, which is the closest he ever gets to saying, like, we could be equals. And that makes Naruto all giddy inside and everything. And like, when Sasuke goes off to learn the Chidori with Kakashi, he comes back and he's convinced himself that now that he's got the Chidori and he's a lot faster, he's going to be some hot shit. And Naruto, you know, probably isn't quite at his level anymore. And then Naruto summons Gamabunta and defeats a Jinchuriki. And Sasuke is just like, what the fuck, dude? Holy shit! And at that point, becoming impressed starts to turn into becoming envious because Sasuke is still nowhere near. Well, okay, it's still impressed at that point, right? He like Sakura later on starts trying to thank Sasuke for rescuing her, and he's like, I didn't. Naruto did. And she's like, you're just being modest. And he's like, bitch, are you listening to me? Naruto did it. Again, not to bring it back to how much I hate Sakura, but how are you going to hear a guy tell you he didn't save you and that someone else did and be like, but it was really you? It's like, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? Acknowledge your teammate saved your goddamn life, Sakura. Holy shit. Stop trying to turn it into a narrative that gets your fucking pussy dick down. God damn. Sorry, I'll try to make that the only Sakura blow up today. I'll try.
That's all right.
I'm probably going to have to talk about her more when we get into Sasuke's like bullshit later. But you know, whatever. All right, so all this is to say they were having a good rivalry thing building up over time, and then when Itachi popped up to hunt down Naruto, Sasuke found him, tried to fuck him up with Chidori, and just got absolutely manhandled. Like, it wasn't a fight. Like, it's always funny to me in like the Naruto Ultimate Ninja games or whatever, whenever you have Sasuke fight Itachi in those games, because it wasn't a fight. He literally like charged in, fucked up an entire section of wall with his Chidori, um, like full force thrusted it at Itachi, and Itachi just grabs his wrist, breaks his wrist, throws him hundreds of feet against a far wall, and it just chokes him, makes a meme out of Sasuke. Have you seen that meme?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Uh, and then is like, you can't kill me because you don't have enough hatred. Tsukuyomi and just fucking tortures Sasuke for like 72 hours in the span of a second, uh, by forcing him to re-witness the slaughter of his entire clan over and over and over and over again. And he just mind breaks Sasuke, who turns into a fucking vegetable, and Naruto has to go out and get Tsunade to heal him. And once that happens, Sasuke regains consciousness, and he's like, "Oh, fucking Naruto, who was already kind of showing me up with Gaara, survived the encounter with Itachi when I got beat that badly." And then he's like, "Okay, I'm getting pissed and shitty now. I want to fight Naruto. I need to remind myself that I am still stronger than him. It's fine. It's these things happen. I'm stronger than him." And then Naruto is about to counter his Chidori with the Rasengan, and he's like, "What the fuck? You learned another move? This is bullshit." And it starts getting to the point where he's like, "Okay, I've now reinforced the idea that I'm nowhere close to being able to kill Itachi, and Naruto is getting better faster than me, and I need to gain more power faster to keep up with Naruto and also to have anywhere close to a hope of being able to beat Itachi." And that's when he remembers that Orochimaru bit him on the neck back in the Forest of Death, gave him the curse mark, and the fucking Sound Force show up, and they're like, "Hey, that curse mark has helped you out a couple times, but did you know it's only at level 1? You can get curse mark level 2. And not only that, but Orochimaru will train you to be strong enough to kill Itachi." And he's like, "All right, bet." And so he leaves the village. Oh yeah, on his way out, fucking Sakura tries to convince him not to leave. Says that she can make him happy. Spoiler alert, she can't. And and then when he's like, "No, fuck you," she's like, "Then let me come with you." He's like, "No, fuck you." And then she's like, "I'll scream." And then he just fucking whooshes right behind her and then chops her in the back of the neck and knocks her out. And it's just like, I gotta take a moment to be like, what the fuck do you mean I'll scream? Like, you will call for help? Bitch, you are supposedly a ninja. Like, I'm aware he's stronger than you, but why are you still acting like as though you are legitimately a ninja if your first instinct with conflict is to immediately ask others for help?
It's
Like,
because she's useless.
I'm aware like it's a good thing to know your limits and to know when to ask for help, but her limits are whenever a fight starts, and when to ask for help is immediately. That's the issue. So, whatever. Anyway, he goes off. Naruto and company form the Sasuke retrieval squad. A couple of them almost die. The Sand Shinobi show up to help again, and it all culminates in the battle in the final valley between Naruto and Sasuke. And holy shit, I will put all hatred aside for a second. It's one of the dopest fights in anime.
It really was.
Like, everything. Like, the two of them putting all their feelings out there, the environment that they're in, the usage of the fact that they can walk on water to have both solid platform but also sometimes sinking. Um, the first appearance of the version 1 Jinchuriki state, otherwise called the Nine Tails Cloak, Um, the first appearance of Sasuke using Curse Seal level 2. The Vermilion Rasengan versus Midnight Chidori is like, iconic. I gotta ask, what the so like they make like a weird like bubble of energy around themselves when they clash with those, but then like light starts to shine inside and spread throughout. And like if it was just that, I could be like, okay, whatever. But like the lines, like there's lines that go out that like they take right angles. It looks like fucking circuitry.
I don't remember that part.
There's okay, so when they clash with the Vermilion Rasengan and Midnight Chidori, um, like the like purplish, wispy aura that's coming off them surrounds them, makes like a ball of blackness that gets bigger, it expands, and it like hits the two statues, the statues of Madara and Hashirama. It doesn't break them yet, but it does impact them. And like the waterfall is like spraying off the top of this black ball, and then you see like a twinkle of light in the center of the black ball, and it slowly expands. But like lines of light expand outward as well, and they are taking right angles and looking like fucking a circuit board or something, or like some like uh Incan lines or whatever they're called. Um, and it was always weird to me why energy would take that kind of pattern.
That is very weird.
Nazca lines, that's what I'm thinking of. But anyway, um, aesthetic decisions aside, um, it ultimately ended in Sasuke proving he was just a little bit stronger than Naruto at that point, and he had the opportunity to kill Naruto. And at that point, he was thinking, friendship with you had its benefits because I can obtain the Mangekyo Sharingan if I kill my best friend. So now's my chance, and he can't bring himself to do it. Because what's great about Sasuke in part one is he has this conflict constantly going inside of him. The conflict between friendship and happiness versus hatred and revenge. He feels that in order to be as strong as Itachi, he needs to be alone and ruthless like Itachi is. But he does genuinely enjoy being around Naruto and them. And, he starts to have a strong sense of camaraderie to the point where he's willing to risk his life to fight Gaara, saying he never wants to watch his friends die in front of him again. And the fact that he's struggling with these two sides makes for a very interesting character dynamic for me. Ultimately, he chooses, to abandon his friends and his village for the pursuit of more power to stop Itachi. But it's clear that it was a decision that was weighing on him. It wasn't easy. And him being such a complex character was really great. And then goddamn Naruto Shippuden happened and it threw all that out the fucking window.
That's a nice lead up you did there.
Thanks. It's just, I'm so frustrated. They've made him a whole fucking different character at that point. Everything of Shippuden Sasuke is to push that he is edgy and cool and bad and sexy, but like way more egregiously than before. Like there's not screaming throngs of fangirls around him anymore. But at this point, fully grown women who are on top of the ninja world will be talking about how their pussy's gushing over him. Fucking the Mizukage in the moment of him committing an act of terrorism against the world government, essentially, is like, you Uchiha are such fetching men. Lady, have you seen yourself? You are fucking gorgeous. Why would you be talking this way about a 16-year-old? You could get any man you wanted. And like, they make this implication that she has trouble keeping a man because like she's not married or whatever, and she thinks she's past the marrying age. Fucking what? I don't see why. I really don't, because you've seen what the Mizukage looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's a fucking 10 out of 10. Like, and again, she's a Kage. Like, that shit gains you automatic like sexual clout. It's like how people will brag that they banged a president even if the president is ugly. Because it's like, well, it's not about how attractive he is. It's about the fact that he had that much power and influence, right? So even if the Mizukage wasn't already like super fucking sexy, it's like, is there really people that are going to be turning down the chance to sleep with a Kage? Like, come on.
Her, I wouldn't turn down the chance, but I forget his name, but the old Hokage, I would turn him down.
The Tsuchikage?
Huh?
The Tsuchikage?
No, the Hokage. For the hidden.
Hiruzen.
Yeah.
The third Hokage.
I would turn him down.
Yeah. I also would turn down Inoki, just putting that out there. Is there any other Hokage that Danzo doesn't count, so I don't need to say him, but just to be safe, sleep with Danzo. Fuck that. Creepy. I probably wouldn't sleep with Gaara's dad.
No, probably not.
He's kind of an abusive asshole, and I'm not down for that.
Who was the Kage of? Oh, what was it? His whole thing was like lightning fists or whatever.
The Raikage.
Yeah. I would do him.
See, I probably wouldn't, just because he's first of all, I don't bottom, and he seems like an extremely aggressive top. So I just don't think that would work out.
See, I'm a Switch, so it doesn't bother me.
Oh, dude, I didn't know you were made by Nintendo. Anyway, so the whole thing with Sasuke is that in Shippuden that any conflict that he had is just, he is full on ready to just fuck shit up. The closest that they get is that when he's forming Hebi, which would later be known as Taka, the one thing he tells his squad mates like Suigetsu is, I don't want to kill anyone. Let's finish this mission without killing anyone. And like Suigetsu will complain, I'll be like, that makes this a lot harder. And Sasuke's like, just do it. Fucking whatever. So it's like, oh, okay, so he's like Batman all of a sudden. Look, even original Sasuke didn't really have a problem with killing. So it's weird. Like they're ninjas.
Killing's a part of the job.
Yeah. So like I understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to be like, he still has a heart, but I don't think it was executed very well there. And then like eventually he fights Itachi. He does manage to beat him, but I need to point something out. He only beat Itachi when Itachi was about to become blind and was also holding back.
Yeah, that's fair. That was an awesome fight, though.
It was. The first time I saw Susanoo, I lost my mind. I was like, what the fuck is that? It was so out of nowhere because you're told like, okay, the way the Mangekyo Sharingan works, it's not like the original Sharingan where both eyes are just doing the same thing in concert. Each eye has a different power, and his, I believe it was his left eye or one of his eyes, it doesn't matter, had the Tsukuyomi, which is a super genjutsu that um, immediately traps people in it. There's pretty much no way to release it, and you can control time and space within this genjutsu. So, uh, to illustrate how fucking insane Tsukuyomi is, apparently, um, in a book, like an extended story, not the manga or anything, but like an actual novel, but it's still considered canon. Itachi was, there with a girl as she was dying, and I guess she was a romantic interest for him. And he looked into her eyes and used Tsukuyomi, and she was going to die in like 1 second, and in that 1 second, he created a Tsukuyomi dream projection of them living an entire life together, literally an entire lifetime in the span.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it's very sad, but it also goes to show how fucking crazy Tsukuyomi is if he chooses to go all out with it.
Mm.
Um, but and then the other eye does the Amaterasu, black flames which cannot be extinguished no matter what you do. Fucking water, dirt, smothering, lack of oxygen, none of it fucking matters. These flames will continue burning. Your only choice at that point is to seal it away inside a scroll. Or just wait until it's in an area where there's nothing left to burn. And then finally it'll go out when there's no more fuel. But like if a person gets hit by it, well, you either rip off whatever body part is on fire or you die. That's just how that works. So already he had some pretty dope ass abilities. And then he just makes a fucking like ghost titan around himself. I was like, what the fuck? So yes, as it turns out, someone who has the Mangekyo Sharingan in both eyes can use the Susanoo, which is like a ghostly projection, which can take many different stages. You can either do a partial projection of like its rib cage to make a sort of barrier around yourself. You can make a single skeletal arm with the rib cage to grab people. You can make the full top half of the skeleton. You can give it muscle. From there, it can have like skin. It can gain different weapons as it gains skin. It can eventually have like armor. Eventually, you can get to a point where it's not even just like the top half that's sort of sliding around with you walking. It can lift you up and have a full body, and you're in like its chest. The final form of the Susanoo is basically a giant armored like samurai made of whatever color ethereal flames yours is. And then Itachi had a couple of special. He had the fucking it. Okay, so it looks like a drinking, but it produces like an energy blade, which is a sword of sealing. Anything that's stabbed with this sword gets sucked into the Susanoo's gourd. And the other thing, I think it's called the Yatagarasu Mirror, um, which is a big old shield, which can not only protect against any attack but also reflect attacks.
Hmm.
So he's
Wasn't
got
it
some,
supposed to be like impenetrable too?
yeah. Well, I mean, they say a lot of things are impenetrable and then they aren't. So,
Yeah, that's
you know,
fair.
but uh, we haven't seen it get penetrated, so let's put it that way. Uh, so Sasuke kills Itachi, and it seems like everything's going to be okay now. He believes that he killed the evil bad man. Maybe he'll be able to go back to the village. And then fucking Madara, or well, Obito, spoiler alert, comes through and is like, "Hey, let me tell you about what Itachi actually did," and just ruins everything by telling him that Itachi actually was the good guy and sacrificed everything to save the Hidden Leaf Village. And Sasuke was like, "So my brother wasn't bad after all. I love my brother now." And he's like, "Cool. So since he died to save the Hidden Leaf Village, what are you gonna do?" "I'm gonna destroy the Hidden Leaf Village."
It's funny because it's true.
Sorry, I'm just dying from how bad that is. Because like, what is this is the issue with Sasuke and Shippuden. His motivation is flip floppy as fuck.
Mm,
Okay, you love your brother now, but if you love your brother, then why would you make his sacrifice be completely in vain? I understand he's like, well, he only saved the village because the elders forced him to, and Donzo is one of them, and the Hidden Leaf Village drove him to his death. So I want him to be avenged. I'll destroy the Hidden Leaf Village. Well, he chose to do it, though, first of all. And second of all, you, I had another point, and I'm just so angry. I can't keep my fucking thoughts focused. It's like, you, destroying what he died to protect would fucking make his life and death pointless. If you love him, then you like, I understand wanting to kill Donzo. He needed to die.
mm.
He had a bunch of his family's eyeballs in his arm.
It was creepy as shit.
Oh, it was so gross. Um, it would have been better if they couldn't move, but like they could look around on his arm, and it was like, yeah.
Yeah, that just wasn't right.
No. So Sasuke at that point goes full villain because Masashi Kishimoto took a complex character who had flaws and faults, but ultimately was a good person, and struggled to not be a good person in the pursuit of power, and decided that he wanted to have his cake and eat it too, because now he wanted Sasuke to be super cool and scary and edgy. And so it gets to a point where Donzo is holding Karine hostage. Karine, I don't like Karine. She's a fucking insane person. Um, I recently saw her OVA, which, is upsetting. Her entire backstory is one massive rape allegory. Don't like that.
Oh,
Oh, are you not aware of that?
I was not.
So, her mother had the same ability as her, where if you bite into her skin, her chakra can flow into you to heal you.
Mm.
Um, and uh, I don't know what it's supposed to be. Are you just supposed to break the skin, or are you supposed to like drink her blood? I don't know what it is. Either way, it's weird. So her and her mom lived in the village hidden in the grass. And they were given, room and board there because her mom would serve their ninja, by healing them. And one day they bit her mom until she died.
Damn.
And so then they took in little girl Karine and forced her to start getting bitten. And for years, she was only being served as a fucking biting post for these ninja to heal them. And every once in a while, they would show this imagery in the OVA of black background, red silhouette of her screaming with white bite marks covering her arms and legs. And the bite marks would spread and get more and more every single time we saw that silhouette shot. And it gave heavy, like, rapey vibes.
That's not cool.
No. So that being said, I don't like her generally. She's one of these bitches that is just willing to fucking move heaven and earth to possibly get dicked down by Sasuke. And uh and I'll explain why I continue to not like her. But she didn't deserve this. But Sasuke was like acting like he's gonna save her from being held hostage. He's like, Karin, don't move. And then just does a Chidori true spear right through her to stab Danzo. Just absolutely willing to kill her. Oh, and they did the scary anime sketchy black and white thing with only the red and Sasuke's Sharingan.
Mm.
Um to make him look super spoopy. And be like, yeah, he's bad. He's bad now. And so he skewered his teammate, and afterwards was totally down to just kill her and got interrupted. But before I talk about who interrupted him, um, so the deal with Karin is that I would wind up liking her more for almost being skewered for like she was heavy on the man fuck Sasuke train after that. Like God, what a bastard. He almost killed me after everything I did for him. And literally the first time she sees him afterwards and he's like, sorry. She's just like, fuck Sasuke. And it's like, what is wrong with you, bitch?
I have a question about her, and as far as I know, it wasn't actually said in the anime, or I just missed it. Is she related to Naruto because her last name is the same as his?
Yes, she's an Uzumaki.
Yeah. How is she?
So they don't explain it very well. It's purely imagery, but the Uzumaki are known for having red hair. Um, Kushina is an Uzumaki. The only reason Naruto's blonde is because Minato had blonde hair. Um, but every other Uzumaki other than Naruto is known for having the super red hair. And Karin has it, but more than that, during the war at the end of Naruto, she produces the same chakra chain sealing jutsu from her body that Kushina used to keep the Nine Tails under wraps.
Okay.
So, because that's the thing, the Uzumaki are known for their sealing jutsu. It's why the symbol of the Reaper Death Seal is the same swirl that the Uzumaki crest is, because they're from the land of whirlpools.
All right.
So they excel at sealing jutsu. They're the ones that actually taught the sealing jutsu to the Senju. They have a close relationship with the Senju, and the reason that Naruto has like Senju, lineage is because Mito Uzumaki, the first Jinchuriki of Kurama, was the wife of Hashirama Senju.
No shit.
Yeah. So I think it's implied that Mito is like Kushina's grandma or something. Um, and so then Kushina had, a little bit of Senju and she passed it on to Naruto. Uh, Yeah, okay, so Sasuke got interrupted from murdering Karin um, by Sakura, who was really like she did this shit where she agreed with Kiba, Sai, and Lee, like, yo, Sasuke's a terrorist. We got to stop him. Oh yeah, because I forgot to mention, he tried to kill all the Kage at the Five Kage Summit. Ultimately, really just succeeded in making the Raikage lose an arm, which he didn't even seem that upset about.
He really was not upset about that at all.
Uh, and Sasuke just got his ass beat by the Kage. So, oh, he killed a lot of samurai. Good on you. You killed faceless peons. Whatever. Um, but so now Sasuke was a world terrorist. He tried to kill the five world leaders, and Sakura is like, he's gone too far. Fine, I accept it. He's gone. We got to kill him. Takes Kiba, Akamaru, Lee, and Sai out to the land of iron, snow country. Um, Tells Naruto that she loves him, which is a lie. Uh, Naruto's like, no, you don't. Stop acting weird. And she's like, well, fuck you then. And then leaves. And it's like, all right, now we're back to going to kill Sasuke. And then she just puts the others all to sleep with sleeping gas. And it's like, actually, I brought you guys for no reason. Like, I had a reason to bring Kiba because I needed his nose to tell me where Sasuke was. But Lee and Sai, I just brought you guys because fuck you, I guess.
Wait,
And
why did she tell Naruto she loved him?
because her idea was that she wanted to release Naruto from the promise that she had him make during the Sasuke retrieval arc to bring Sasuke home. She said this is the request of a lifetime, and he's like, I'll bring him back no matter what. So she believes that he keeps fighting so hard to bring Sasuke back because of that promise. So she's like, well, if I tell him that Sasuke doesn't matter to me anymore and that I love him instead, then he won't have a reason to go after Sasuke, and then it'll be okay when I kill him. And it's like, no, he clearly also wants to bring Sasuke back for his own reasons.
And
Like,
also,
it's
that's
not all
fucked
about
up.
you. But so, and like, what was your game plan after that, Sakura? Even if you did do the absolute impossible and managed to kill a shinobi who's 10,000 times better than you, what do you do with Naruto after that? Do you then commit to a loveless relationship with him? Or do you tell him, by the way, I lied. Fuck you, Naruto.
I feel like at that point, Naruto might become the new Sasuke.
And it's like, yeah, that's what you needed. Someone who hates the people of the village and also has the power of the thing that almost destroyed the village. But yeah, so Sakura is like, I'm gonna kill Sasuke. And then very clearly is unable to do it, both in terms of her uh drive and willingness to do it and put her own feelings aside, and also just like physically. Like, he's so much stronger than her. It's not even a fucking joke. And the only reason she didn't immediately get slaughtered, because he was gunning to kill her, is because Kakashi showed up and Kakashi started fighting Sasuke. And even then, because Sakura's a fucking dumbass who just stands there and does nothing while other people are fighting, at one point, Sasuke got the advantage on Kakashi and then ran around him and went to kill Sakura again. And she just stood there. She was just going to get killed. And then Naruto came in and saved her. And it's like, Sakura, why the fuck did you come to this battlefield if you weren't prepared to actually kill the guy that you were there to kill? was unable to kill the guy you were there to kill, fucking knocked out all of the allies who could help you make up the difference, and then just stood there watching as other people fought to protect you. You could have left after Kakashi started fighting him.
But no, she wanted to stand there like an idiot.
Right. But anyway, at this point, Sasuke is fully like, "These eyes see darkness clearly," is this fucking quote from the Ultimate Ninja Storm games. It's like, you're not cool. You sound like a fucking weeb. And it's hard to sound like a weeb in an anime. Like, that takes a special level of cringe.
Naruto has his, the show, I mean, has quite a bit of cringe sometimes, though.
Yeah, but it's mostly with Sasuke and Sakura, which is why we had to do these episodes first. Like, really, what's other cringy stuff that the show does? Well, okay, Shippuden opening 10 is cringe. I don't give a fuck that they just had a tsunami. Why are you opening the World War arc with a fucking twangy, like, country guitar and, like, people dancing?
Yeah, that was pretty cringy.
What's it called? New Song? Fucking hate that opening so much. Oh, and also they were flying over the water like they were Superman and doing team hand signs, which is not a thing, before firing a fucking Kamehameha out of their fingers. Also, way to take the fact that the Akatsuki have been brought back to life as Edo Tensei to make a fucking gag out of it for that opening. Sorry, I really hate that opening. It's my least favorite of all 29 Naruto openings.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it either.
And then opening 11, which comes right after it, isn't very good either.
No.
Better, but still not good. I think those two and original Naruto opening 6 are my least favorites.
Are they?
Yeah. I sometimes, when I'm bored, I rank the Naruto openings in my head.
Whatever keeps us sane, right?
Yeah, well, you'll know when I'm having to patrol, that's what I do sometimes to pass the time. But, okay, so Sasuke's a terrorist. He almost skewered Karin. He tried to murder Sakura. He wants to destroy the Hidden Leaf Village. He's fully a bad guy. And what I mean by Kishimoto wanted to have his cake and eat it too is then he went, "But I like it when he's a good guy." So he's just fucking good again. Like, he's on the way to destroy the Hidden Leaf Village after implanting Itachi's eyes into his head. So now he has the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. And at this point, again, the war is happening, and Kabuto has brought a bunch of legendary ninja back with Edo Tensei, Impure World Reincarnation, or the reanimation jutsu for you English watchers. And as Sasuke is jumping through the forest, he sees Itachi. It's like, yo, what the fuck? And fucking does a 180, follows Itachi. It's like, excuse me, are you fucking alive? What the shit? And he's just like, yes and no. He's like, look, man, jump with me. I gotta get somewhere real quick. I'll tell you on the way. He's like, what the fuck is happening? He's like, okay, so I'm kind of a zombie right now. He's like, oh, reanimation jutsu. So wait, aren't you under the bad guy's control then? It's like, nah, it's all right. Because a fucking MacGuffin that I put down Naruto's throat like 100,000 episodes ago came back. Do you remember about that?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, before Itachi died, he encountered Naruto and he shoved a crow down his throat. And I have to assume that this was some weird chakra manifestation or like it went into his body as like a sealing jutsu, because otherwise he just had an entire crow in his stomach just chilling out for like a long ass time.
I prefer to think it's that instead of just the chakra.
Just an acid proof crow just waiting.
Yeah.
Naruto's like, I can't eat as much as I used to because my stomach has a bunch of its space taken up by this fucking crow now. But yeah, so when Edo Tensei Itachi is fighting against Naruto, he programmed that crow to respond to the Mangekyo Sharingan, or specifically his own Mangekyo Sharingan, because he knew at some point Itachi or fucking Sasuke would take his eyes to get the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. So those are technically Itachi's eyes in Sasuke's head. But reanimation jutsu doesn't make any fucking sense. So Itachi also had his eyes. Because, like, it really doesn't make sense. Because the entire reason that they were able to have a bunch of Rinnegan for Obito and his Jinchuriki squad was because they took Nagato's Rinnegan. But Nagato still had his Rinnegan.
Yeah, that was weird as shit. Although I will admit it would also be weird if they came back to life with no fucking eyes at all. Yeah, it would make sense, but
I understand their bodies are sort of like constructed around the sacrifice and whatnot, but like it's just weird to me that they still have like the full abilities of the Rinnegan and shit. But anyway, so this crow was programmed to respond to Itachi's Mangekyo, but his Edo Tensei eyes counted. So the crow just came out of Naruto's fucking mouth and opened its eye, and one of Shisui's Kodo Amatsukami Mangekyo Sharingan was there. And for those of you who don't know, the Kodo Amatsukami is a genjutsu that rivals Tsukuyomi. While Tsukuyomi is extremely direct, it's extremely powerful and unbreakable, but someone still is aware that they're under it. Kodo Amatsukami is not as powerful, but it is infinitely more subtle. It places you under hypnotic suggestion that's so well integrated to your own thoughts and nervous system that you think it's a thought that you had on your own. So you have no clue you've been hypnotized. And as a result, Itachi's plan was that if Naruto came to blows with Sasuke used the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, the crow would come out, put him under Kodo Amatsukami, and give him the directive, protect the Hidden Leaf Village. And it would turn Sasuke good again. Unfortunately, Kabuto's Edo Tensei ruined that. The crow came out, and the Kodo Amatsukami actually overwrote Kabuto's ability to control Itachi. Itachi was in like, oh, dope, I'm in control. All right, I'm going to go fucking kill Kabuto. And take out all the Edo Tensei for everyone. Yeah, basically, again, Itachi being the greatest of all time, essentially single-handedly won the war. Because he took out 95% of like their force strength. Because the Zetsus ain't shit. They're cannon fodder. And the only thing that was left after that was Obito and Madara and the Geto statue. And like, don't get me wrong, those are significant, but like, it's a lot easier to fight them when you're not also fighting fucking like Datara or Datara who can constantly explode and heal from it. Or fucking Nagato, who, if you thought pain was bad, guess what? With Nagato not having a frail body that can die anymore, turns out he doesn't need the 6 paths of pain. He can do all the things that his 6 paths of pain can do by himself. He just did it through them because his body would get fucked up. But now he heals endlessly. So soul sucking, ninjutsu negation, fucking endless amounts of summonings, fucking cyborg parts like a fucking Mega Man arm buster, the almighty push, the universal pull, the ability to revive the dead and pull people's tongues out of their mouths, which is really gross. The power to fucking create a moon. He's got all of that shit now. It's just like, whew, man, Itachi really took out the majority of their power by himself, pretty much. But anyway, so he explains to Sasuke some shit. They fight against Kabuto. It's cool because Kabuto has Sage Mode now. And it's a very interesting fight. And it ends with Itachi showing that there's a counterpart to Izanagi. So the reason Danzo had so many eyes in his arm is because he had a jutsu that he used called Izanagi. And it's essentially one of the 2 most powerful jutsu that the Uchiha clan have at their disposal. If you have a Sharingan, not even a Mangekyo Sharingan, just a proper, fully matured 3-star or whatever it is, Sharingan, you can, in exchange for going blind in that eye, use Izanagi to turn reality into a genjutsu. Not create a genjutsu fooling people into thinking it was reality. No, literally into a dream. If you get murdered for the small price of one of your eyes, it was all a dream and you're okay now. You just rewrite your own death. And so the Uchiha eventually were abusing this so bad that other Uchiha had to create the Izanami to counter it. Now, you never played Persona 4, so you might not know this. Izanagi and Izanami are actually husband and wife Shinto gods.
Okay.
And in fact, all of the names of most of the Mangekyo Sharingan abilities are named after gods. Tsukuyomi is the goddess of the moon.
Oh, that's neat.
And Amaterasu is the god of the sun.
Okay.
Oh, real quick. Also, the Tsukuyomi making like a red sky and like black silhouettes and like the white moon. That's straight out of Hanafuda, which I was telling you is a Japanese card game based on classical Japanese art.
Mm.
And there's one card where it's like a black hillscape in front of a red sky with a white moon. And they also use that imagery for Shippuden Opening 14, Size of the Moon, which is one of my favorites. But anyway, so the Izanami, similar to Izanagi, makes you go blind in one eye, but it can trap someone in a genjutsu time loop. Basically, they're just standing there catatonic, but in their head, whatever happened right before they got trapped in Izanami, they're having to loop it over and over and over and over and over again until either A, their body dies of starvation or old age, I assume, or B, they learn a valuable lesson and whatever condition was implanted in them by the caster, if they fulfill it, they're released from Izanami. In Kabuto's case, it was for him to stop being an evil little tool bag obsessed with Orochimaru. So he was there for a while. And Itachi sacrificed one of his fake ass Edo Tensei eyes to catch him in that, and then used a genjutsu to force him to undo the Edo Tensei. And as he's disappearing back to the afterlife, he tells Sasuke that he loves him. And this
Oh.
makes Sasuke go, I'm a good guy now. And he goes to fight with uh, Naruto and Sakura, and Squad 7's back, baby. And there's a really funny image that shows Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura standing together in the war arc. And it's like Team 7 at 100% power. And then there's just a shot of Naruto and Sasuke, and it's like Team 7 at 99% power. It's true though.
Yeah.
So they fight together. They sure do a whole lot of. They do a Sanin summoning, like the three-way deadlock from the Sanin War back when they were retrieving Tsunade. It's like that, except now they're all working together. And also a couple people have been replaced. Manda's fucking dead because you know, Datara. And Sasuke is an asshole, so so it's just a different snake now. And Gamabunta has allowed Gamakichi, who is now as big as he is, to take over. So Naruto's on him. Somebody pointed out that including Manda, so the old trio, all of the Sanin have different relationships with their summonings. Katsuyu calls Tsunade her lady, so she treats Tsunade as though she's in charge. Gamabunta and Jiraiya bicker with each other, but they treat each other as equals. And Manda demands obedience from Orochimaru. He is Orochimaru's master.
Rip.
Yeah. So that's funny. But anyway, so they all fight. They use their summonings. They combine the fucking nine-tailed fox with the Susanoo armor. It's really cool. And ultimately, they both get fucking murdered. And then the Sage of the Six Paths is like, I'm Ninja Jesus. Here you go. Here's new life and powers for you. And they're given the little sun and moon things. And they use it to seal an alien from space away. Because that's what Naruto became by the end. Aliens.
Wait, she was an alien? I thought
Yes.
she was a god.
No, those don't exist. Sorry, Christian fans. No, she's literally an alien. Okay, so when they describe her initially, they say she's a princess from a faraway land, and you're meant to believe that it's like another landmass in the world. And it's not. She's a fucking alien, and the reason they call her the rabbit goddess, there's a folklore in Japan that rabbits are from the moon.
Okay.
Okay, I know you're not big into Pokemon. Do you know Clefairy?
No.
Okay, the Pokemon Clefairy you encounter in the first Pokemon games in an area called Mount Moon, where there's a bunch of moonstones, which are meteorites that fell from the moon. And Clefairy can evolve by being exposed to a moonstone into Clefable. Clefairy have these big old spiky ears. They're meant to be like rabbits, and they're pink bodies, so they look like mochi, kind of. And there's a theory that Clefairy are from the moon, and it's because there's a thing in Japan with rabbits making mochi on the moon.
All right.
like they believe that mochi, like the stretchy dough that they use to make sweets, comes from the moon and that rabbits made it. Um, and it's referenced in Dragon Ball actually when Boss Rabbit is fighting Goku, and eventually Goku beats him, grabs him and his two henchmen, uses the power pole to take them all the way up to the moon, just leaves them on the moon and forces them to make mochi as punishment for their bullshit.
Now that I know the backstory behind that, that's actually pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. It's also kind of tragic when you realize that a few months later, Master Roshi blows up the moon.
I forgot about that.
So he's just fucking dead.
Master Roshi's a murderer now.
Oh, yeah, he already was.
Yeah.
And if that didn't do it, Piccolo blowing it up the second time would have.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, so she her whole thing of like being the rabbit goddess is a reference to being from the moon, but really it's just from space. And all of the Otsutsukis are aliens. So the Sage of the Sixth Path, alien boy. Fucking his brother literally when Hagoromo, I believe is the sage's name. When Hagoromo became the Sage of the Six Paths, his brother, whose name I can't remember, don't try to make me, literally went to live on the moon and had a small family of Otsutsukis living on the moon.
Okay.
Like, and the idea is that where Hagoromo's line, no, even that doesn't make sense. Okay, because fucking Hagoromo's line descended into two different branching paths. One was the Senju and one was the Uchiha. But they say that the Uchiha and the Hyuga are supposed to be like somewhat related, but really they've retconned that to Hagoromo's brother, Moon Boy, is the one that seeded the Byakugan out there. So he's the like arbiter of the fucking Hyuga clan, because in last Naruto the movie, Tonere, I think his name is, he's descended from the Sage of the Six Paths brother. He's from the moon, and he, you know how like if you transplant the Mangekyo Sharingan from one family member into another, it becomes Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan.
Yeah.
You can do a similar thing with the Byakugan, as it turns out, to get the Tenseigan. And,
What's the Tenseigan do?
It's another eye thing. I don't know. Like, I'll look it up real quick.
Also, are the movies canon?
Last is.
Okay.
Because it's literally the movie of how Naruto realized he loved Hinata.
All right.
So it's worthwhile just for that. The Tenseigan is cool. Like in terms of its design. Imagine the pale blue Byakugan, but now there's a pupil in the middle, and surrounding the pupil is like a whitish yellowish lotus flower pattern.
Oh, that's neat. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it enables Tenseigan Chakra Mode, which is basically just a green version of Naruto's Nine Tails Chakra Mode. It also gives him access to Truth-Seeking Balls and the power to fly. So it's basically he can do everything Naruto could do after he gained the Sage of the Six Paths power.
Okay.
And that's it. It doesn't say anything else that it can do. But anyway, So he stole the fucking eyeballs out of Hanabi and kidnapped Hanabi. So Hinata had a big ol' mission to save her sister. And so that culminated with Naruto fighting Tonere on the moon.
How'd they survive in the
Uh,
vacuum of space?
I don't know. They're ninjas.
Well, I know, I get they can walk on water like fucking Jesus, but that doesn't mean they can fucking breathe where there's no air.
Look, you know how people say Star Wars is a sci-fi, but really it's about space wizards?
Yeah,
Naruto, people say that Naruto is about ninja, but it's really about ninja wizards.
okay.
Am I wrong? They fucking breathe fire and shoot lasers.
No, you're not wrong.
One of them is a cyborg!
And a couple clans descended from aliens.
His powers, his eyeball gives him the power to be a cyborg. What the fuck? Anyway, yeah. Oh, and the whole moon thing is especially like they do way too much shit with the moon. So it's like it's the rabbit goddess with the moon thing, but also Hagoromo made the moon using planetary devastation, but also the moon reflects the fucking the Sharingan with the infinite Tsukiyomi. It's like we get it, moon, fucking stop.
Moon pretty.
Moon important. Anyway, so Sasuke and Naruto sealed Kaguya away. Fucking rip Black Zetsu, you bitch. It's messed up that Zetsu was the last Akatsuki member to survive.
Mm. Yeah.
Like, fuck that guy. But Cheshire Cat looking ass is gone. Fucking Lady is gone. Sorry they shut like 2 channels like it was. I'm aware it was but then Sasuke's like, hey, so we could make a hand sign together to save everybody on Earth. 4 of us are awake and not trapped in infinite genjutsu now. Or I could now murder all 5 Kage and steal all 9 tailed beasts and become the ruler of the world. And I will call that revolution. And I'm just like, do you know what a revolution is? Because it's typically give power back to the people, not replace one government order with a more dictatorial government order.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And he's just doing that Danzo shit. For all the shit that he hated about Danzo, he does the exact same thing. Danzo is like, I want to be a true shadow. Kage means shadow, and people have forgotten that ninjas are supposed to be shadows. And while Hiruzen was the public face, I was pulling the strings from the shadows. I was the root. Also, it fucking annoys me that the English dub made Root's name the foundation because it just doesn't work as well. The whole thing is that they're a fucking tree, and Hiruzen is the sun-dappled leaf, and he's the root.
I did find it weird that they called it the foundation.
There was no reason for them to do that.
No.
It's not even like it was a dubbing issue. You know what they called root in Japanese? Fucking root. Whatever. Anyway, so he's like, I'll just rule the world from the shadows. Nobody will know I'm in power, but only the people who are in power will know that I'm in power. And Sasuke's doing the same goddamn thing. He's like, it's fine. We'll get new Kages and everything, but they'll all secretly report to me. It's like, you're doing the same shit. Remember when you fucking hated Danzo so much you were willing to kill all your friends to get him? This is what I'm talking about when I say his motivation is flip-floppy as shit. And then at the end of it, fucking they do their Rasengan Chidori collision again. It makes the fucking black whooshy bubble again, but this time they're stronger, so it's much bigger, and it cracks the two statues apart. Is saying kill the past, like Kylo Ren. And so in the culmination of their original battle in the final valley, in the glowy ball, they see images of each other as they are for a second, but then they see each other as kids again, and they do the what is it called, the unity sign or whatever.
I'm not sure.
It's the thing where they wrap their index and middle fingers around each other as like a mini handshake. And we see in flashback that Aruka told them a long time ago that at the end of a sparring match, you're supposed to do that with your partner to show that you have respect. And they refused to do it with each other back then. But after that first fight, they had the imagery of them doing it with each other. And this time, they're both laying on the ground, spent after their fight. And we see that the statues broke and that their hands, which were doing like the two fingers straight up, like I'm about to fuck you up ninja thing. Now the fingers broke and fell in such a perfect way that it looks like they're doing that little unity sign. Ha, symbolism. Also, they blew each other's fucking arms off.
And they're just sitting there with their arms bleeding like a fucking ton.
Raikage ripped his arm off. People pull eyeballs out of their heads. I'm starting to think blood loss means fucking nothing to this show.
Yeah.
Also, get used to being fucking left-handed now, Naruto, I guess.
Yeah, what's wrong with left-handed people, huh?
They're freaks of nature.
Wow.
Imagine if this is how it came out, that I was just like super bigoted against left-handed people. I don't want them in my country. Yeehaw!
Deport the left-handeds.
Back where they came from. Make right-handed great again. Anyway, I didn't expect Naruto to be something to make me political. Shit, sorry guys. Yeah, so they then have to use their fucking non-dominant hands to make the sign to wake the world up. Sasuke is just like, I'll be good now, I swear. For realsies this time. And Naruto's just like, cool. And everyone else is like, what do you mean cool? Because can you imagine if like their other arms also got damaged in that explosion? If they lost even one more arm in that exchange, or God forbid, they both used the same arm to launch their attacks, so they both had two left arms or two right arms, then the entire world would be forever trapped in infinite Tsukuyomi.
There's a theory that the whole Boruto thing is because they are still stuck in that.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I hate that shit. I hate every single thing that's like, but what if it was all a dream? I know I already made the fucking Biggie Smalls joke, but shut up. Because they do that shit with Pokemon too. It's like, I understand it. I get the theory. He got hit by a fucking lightning bolt and was probably dying, and then he saw Ho-Oh, which is a bird said to grant eternal happiness, and his happiness is being a Pokemon master, and then he proceeded to spend 20 years real time still being fucking 10. I get the theory, but it's dumb. And the only one of those, and the idea of Rugrats, they're all dead. Fucking, I don't care. Stop doing that shit. It's the lamest shit. The only time it's ever been good was the Ed, Ed, and Eddie purgatory theory.
I didn't mean to make you go on a whole rant.
I'm sorry, that's just who I am. I tend to rant. You know this now.
No, I know. I find it funny.
Like, it's just like, okay, Boruto sucks. I get it. Trust me, I wish it wasn't canon. But so we're now going to say that everyone lost and everyone's trapped in an infinite dream and no one is happy in real life. Like,
that's a pretty shitty ending.
Yeah, that's the bad end for sure. I choose not to even entertain that thought. But anyway, so at the end of the day, Sasuke is just free to come and go from the Hidden Leaf Village as he pleases. He apparently marries Sakura. Why? He was not interested in her romantically or sexually even fucking once in the entire series.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, and I also don't agree with the fact that he's just pardoned.
Yeah, he shouldn't be. Naruto, I get it. You've established Ninja Peace. Congrats. But fuck you. We shouldn't have to accept that this insane terrorist is. Why is Orochimaru okay to be in the fucking village?
Right?
What is this shit? This is truly the darkest timeline. Like, don't get me wrong, it's kind of funny seeing Orochimaru look like a mom, but what? Do you remember the show? I remember the show. I remember literally everything Orochimaru did to establish why he should not ever be allowed within 50 feet of the village, let alone a goddamn school. And no, it's not a pedophile joke. I'm aware that it's really easy to make pedophile jokes with Orochimaru. It's just the fact that he would literally fucking steal your kid and perform genetic experimentations on them. Like 100%. It would not be a debate for him. He'd be like, "Yeah, why wouldn't I do that?"
I don't see what's wrong. I just wanted to experiment on him and see what would happen.
Yeah, I put a face on your kid's chest. What's the deal? Why are you so upset, man?
Now he has two faces. That's more to love.
Yeah. Honestly, you're welcome.
I can see him saying that.
Christ. What a fucking nightmare. Anyway, this is why Sasuke sucks. The end. Let's also just talk about his abilities real quick, because I do like talking about people's abilities. Unlike Sakura, where we only said 4 things, there's actually a fucking lot that Sasuke can do. He's stole Tenten's one thing, that he can summon weapons into his hands.
Poor Tenten.
Yeah, she got fucked over so bad. But so he wears little bracers with summoning circles on them to summon shuriken at will. He's got a summoning contract with both snakes and also hawks. Symbolism.
I don't remember the Hawks one.
He summoned a hawk during his fight with Danzo.
I must have forgot about that.
Yeah. Get it? Because he's not the snake anymore. Now he's the hawk that eats the snake. They're not heavy. They're Taka. It's because he killed Orochimaru. Yeah, we fucking get it. Sometimes I like the show's symbolism, and sometimes it just hammers you over the head with it.
Yeah.
So uh he can use a bunch of fire style ninjutsu, which I still assert fire powers are the least interesting because water can make a whole bunch of different kinds of constructs. Earth can wind up doing some really cool changing of the battlefield terrain. Wind has Rasen Shuriken, I guess, and also that dope ass. Um,
Mm.
uh, and like lightning is just really fucking cool. Like lightning can do everything that all of the others can. It's the best. Fire. What's really the variation of fire? You shoot fire, or you shoot bigger fire.
Or black fire.
Well, but technically, Amaterasu isn't even fire style.
What style is it?
It's Inferno style.
That's just another word for fire.
No, so it's stupid, but it is technically like okay, you know how wood style is earth style plus water style. Ice
Hmm.
style is water style plus wind style. Like fucking explosion is I think it's like lightning. You know, like so like a bunch of the KK Genkais aren't like dojutsu like Sharingan. They're all like two chakras mixed together.
Yeah.
Inferno style, and I swear this is actually canon and it's the stupidest thing, is fire style plus fire style.
Seriously?
I'm dead ass serious.
That is so stupid.
It's real. It's real and it hurts.
So, if that's a thing, if somebody combined wind style with wind style, they just have a stronger wind style.
I don't fucking know, man. Like it makes no goddamn sense. But that's what they tell us. So fuck. I still assert that Gale style is the fucking coolest because water and lightning are the coolest individual ones, and when you mix them together, you can shoot lasers.
I like lightning and fire personally.
What is that? Scorch style?
Oh, I meant individually. I wasn't
Oh,
talking.
okay. But yeah. Also, I still think it's a fucking crime that we only ever saw one KK Tota in the entire series.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like the entire thing of Naruto Shippuden. Do you know what Shippuden means?
No.
It means Hurricane Chronicles. So like because the spinnies, right? Everything is about spinning. Haha, it's the swirl on his stomach and on his back. And it's the Rasengan and it's the spinny Sharingan and it's everything. Everything's spinny. Um, but like okay, so the KK Tota that we see is particle style. Well, okay, you know what? They only call it particle style in English. It's dust style, which sounds cooler. Because
It
it's
does.
fire, wind, and earth combined. Which is like, yeah, that would be dust. That makes sense. Um, so like you can fucking dismantle shit at a molecular level with that. That's rad. But hear me out. Naruto's got wind chakra confirmed, but we've already seen that exceptional ninja can have two or sometimes even three chakra affinities.
Mm.
What if Naruto did more chakra affinity exploration? Found out that he had lightning and water affinities. So now he's got wind, water, lightning, and he managed it to make hurricane style.
They should have done that. That would have been really cool.
This is why they should hire me as a fucking writer for these things.
Plus, your characters wouldn't get so powerful at the end, just everybody giving him everything.
Yeah, it literally like you could have replaced all of the giving him powers from all the tailed beasts and the Sage of the Six Paths and all that shit to just like he had a fucking hurricane style Rasengan. Can you imagine that shit?
That'd be devastating.
Imagine the fucking tailed beast bomb mixed with a hurricane style Rasengan. That's all you need right there. I totally believe that he could fucking beat Ten Tails Madara or whatever with shit like that. And it really was just everything stacked on top of each other. It was
Yeah.
okay. So you've now mastered Nine Tails by befriending Kurama, but also he's doubled in power because you also got the other half of Kurama that you didn't know that was in your dad all along. But also you've got the power of all the other tailed beasts. Okay, but now throw Sage mode in the mix. Okay, but now you get Yin Yang Chakra from Sage of the Six Paths. Okay, it's too much. Anyway, Sasuke, he's got Inferno style. Yeah. Unlike his brother, his Mangekyo is one eye makes Amaterasu, the other one can do change in chakra forms with Amaterasu, so he can control its shape. So he can make like black fire swords and shit for his Susanoo to hold. Which is cool, I guess. Instead of just wibbly wobbly flames going wherever they may, he can actually control their movement and their shape and stuff. So that's neat. He has the Susanoo. By the end, he winds up getting a special version of the Susanoo, which has all the tailed beast chakra mixed into it. And his strongest jutsu is called Indra's Arrow. So his Susanoo liked doing bows a lot. In this, he makes a Chidori arrow, fires it into the sky, and just rains lightning all over the battlefield. Remember the devastation that Kirin did? Imagine like 100 Kirins just hitting the battlefield at the same time.
There was also bound to be some sort of friendly fire with that shit too, though.
Oh yeah, that's only a jutsu you used when you're going for scorched earth. It's like, okay, everything here needs to die, so we're just gonna pew bye. He can do genjutsu, though not as good as his brother, because he can't do anything as good as his brother. Itachi is superior, fight me. He's copied Lee's taijutsu. This motherfucker really just steals things from better characters. Maybe not so much Tenten, but he does steal all of his taijutsu style from Lee.
Yeah, I did
Lion's
notice that.
Barrage and Speed and Dancing Leaf Shadow, all of that is like the fucking Peregrine Falcon drop that he does. I don't know if you know which one that is. It's when he gets an opponent in the air upside down and then he leaps up and grabs them and wraps his legs around their neck and then just pile drives them. Like he uses Dancing Leaf Shadow to achieve that. He uses Dancing Leaf Shadow for Lion's Barrage.
Didn't it during the it's not the tuning exams, I don't think. Something along those lines. Didn't he steal one of Lee's moves then too?
I know he stole well he didn't he started using speed that he learned from Kakashi during the Chunin exam fight with Gaara to mimic Lee's taijutsu strikes that were able to hit Gaara. But yeah, so he can copy skills from other people. Very skilled at Chidori. After years of training with it, he learned to do better change in chakra forms to make things like Chidori True Spear, which is a really long Chidori that can pierce through people, or like Chidori Stream, where he covers his body in it and just electrocutes everything around him, like fucking Kaminari. And he's just the strongest and the coolest, and everybody wants to fuck him. All right, I'm done talking about him. Do you have any other things to say about Sasuke before we wrap it up?
Um, not off the top of my head.
I guess I should ask. I pretty much spoke about my opinion of him. How do you feel about Sasuke's overall development as a character?
I liked him, but I did have my problems with his character development, like how he was flip flop with a lot of shit. I liked at the end though. I thought it was really cool that he had what was it? It was like a combination between a Sharingan and a Rinnegan.
Oh, right. I did forget that. While Naruto was given straight up yin yang chakra, Sasuke's one of Sasuke's Sharingan got upgraded to a Rinnegan, and it is a weird Rinnegan. It's like you said, it's still got the Tomoe. That's what they're called. It's still got the little commas in his eye, um, but it's a Rinnegan. But he has access to a special Sasuke only move, um, where he can switch places with anything he can see instantly. He just teleports himself and something else to switch their positions.
I thought that was a really cool move, personally.
It is a very neat move, which can be really good, but it's not innately overpowered. You got to strategize with it to make it, something impressive, and he does. And I think those are best moves in Naruto, where it's like it can be something useful, but only if you can figure out how to make it useful. It makes ninja who are supposed to be crafty have to be crafty
Yeah.
instead of I can make a fucking nuke bomb in my mouth that blows up a mountain.
Or just simply punch through a fucking mountain.
Right. There's a funny bit. I mentioned that Naruto fights on the moon with Tonrei in last. Um, he keeps charging and he's like surviving Tonrei's onslaught of jutsu and shit. Tonrei's throwing everything he has at him, and eventually Naruto, like, because Naruto hasn't touched him once, he gets close enough. At this point, his powers run out, so he goes back to human form, and he only has the glowy left on his right fist. But he's finally made it close enough, and he punches Tonrei once, and it sends him flying so hard that when he hits the ground, he makes a new crater in the moon, and Tonrei's immediately done, and he's like, "Oh my god, he only had to hit me once. Oh, I was never gonna win this. Oh Jesus." So I thought that was funny. Um,
Back to
but
Sasuke for a second. That new eye that he gave him, I believe it was either in the Boruto movie or the actual Boruto show, but couldn't he like travel like through a portal and shit with it? Or is that something else? I could have sworn he could.
I don't watch Boruto, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that's fair. Not the best
I,
show.
I don't give a shit about a shitty fucking kid who's like,
Dad, you only sit a shadow clone to spend time with me while you're trying to save the entire ninja world, Dad. You fucking suck, Dad. I can use gentle fist without the Byakugan, Dad. I can also throw the Rasengan, which you can never do, Dad.
it's like, you fucking suck, kid.
Yeah, I just googled it. It's due to the eye, he can teleport using that jutsu, which is like a space-time portal type of thing.
Okay. So is it no longer restricted to stuff that he can see?
Um,
Like, can he just travel to a fucking different land? Like, if he's in the fucking land of wind or whatever, can he just teleport to the Hidden Leaf Village?
it says through different dimensions. That's all it really says.
Well, that doesn't help me, but okay. Uh,
I'm sorry.
anyway, yeah. And I do think it's cool because he's got access to space time ninjutsu, which Naruto's dad had. through the flying Raijin.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, I'd say.
All right. Join the Cape Corner Discord. We talk about stuff. Follow Jay at Shitposter of America on Facebook. Follow me at Beyond Blue 13 on Twitter. Feel free to support the podcast. I could use money. I don't have a lot. And it's always better to record these when I have food on my belly. Please share this episode with your friends, or just the podcast in general. The more listeners, the better. Any final thoughts, Jay?
I think the lesson to take away from Sasuke would be it's never too late to change.
I think the lesson to take away from Sasuke is that sometimes it is too late to change. Try. No, yeah, fine. Truthfully, yes, you can always make up for your mistakes, especially if you made mistakes as a shitty fucking teenager. But I will say, typically, mistakes that we think of as that are things like hurting an individual, being bad in a relationship,
Not trying to
murder the world leaders,
or starting another world war.
Our world leaders suck. I don't think you can just go back to chilling with you. All right. Well, despite that sort of, I'm sorry. I just really don't like Sasuke. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Jay, thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Of course. Stay strong, stay true to yourselves, and remember,